Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Are you hungry? I'm starving. But today we're doing a Sunday dinner, the full shebang. Fried chicken, ribs, sweet potatoes. I'm gonna smother some cabbage, cornbread, deviled eggs. Did I say sweet potatoes? And I haven't really been in the kitchen and cooked a big meal like this in a long time. I can't wait to have a big plate full of food. That's your vibe. If you want to cook with me, make sure you stick around to the end of the video. Subscribe before you leave. Like the video. That really helps us a lot on the back end. Also, what's your Sunday dinner go-to? What's one thing that has to be on the table? Leave a comment. That helps us out a lot. And we can get into the kitchen. All right, guys, before we get into like the cooking, we need to put dessert in the oven. I'm making a cookie dough pound cake, like a marble swirl cookie dough pound cake. That sounds like a lot. It's really not. We're gonna start same old, getting the butter and sugar cream together. And I got some oil going in as well. I'm adding Jello. I'm yelling. I'm adding Jello pudding mix to a cake batter for the first time to get a feel for that. Hopefully it works out. I really don't like to experiment when it comes to pound cake. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But here we are. I'm sifting my dry ingredients, half on one plate, half on the other. Parchment is the best way to do that. So you don't have flour all over the counter like I do right now. These plates are left over from the 4th of July and I'm out of parchment paper. That's why I'm using a plate. All right, now my eggs, one at a time. My vanilla extract was also in there with the oil. Buttermilk. Then I'm gonna fold in our last bit of flour so we don't risk overworking the batter. You can definitely just keep it on the mixer. I'm just a little particular about stuff like this. Speaking of mixer, I don't think y'all seen this gold mixer in a minute. It's been up on top of my fridge. Maybe since Thanksgiving, I think I got it up there. She's paid her dues, she's retired. I don't like to use her all that often because I don't want her to break. But I decided to give Eugene, our pink mixer, a break for today. All right, for me, this is the perfect, airy, fluffy pound cake batter. Then we can get all of our batter in here, and I'm gonna use this bowl to make the chocolate swirl. Now the easy part, we're gonna get all the cake mix ingredients right into the bowl. The same dirty bowl, I don't have time. I'm using cake mix because I don't want a whole lot of a chocolate swirl, just like a little kiss of chocolate. Preferably the chocolate chip cake batter, like the box. I can't remember what brand it is. There's a brand of chocolate cake mix that has chocolate chips in it. Get that. The little swirls of chocolate chips in the chocolate cake. It's just so good. My store was out, so I didn't get that. But you should, definitely. I'm gonna add a little bit of extra cocoa because I don't like how light chocolate cake mix is. I need it to be real chocolate, like real deal. One more little thing that I'm gonna do to be extra is put this in a piping bag so I can squeeze it into the cake. Again, you're not gonna use all this. You can bake it solo as a separate cake. You can put it in a container and freeze it. You can do a lot with chocolate cake mix, girl. Figure it out. Squeeze it into some pancakes for breakfast in the morning. I just snipped off the top of my piping bag and we're just gonna squeeze it in there. Don't go crazy with the swirl. Just a little. The buttery cake batter mixed with the chocolate already tastes like cookie dough. I did in fact lick the spoon. But before we add the cookie dough to the cake, it needs to go into the oven for like 15-20 minutes. Unless you have a really thick, dense pound cake batter, your cookie dough is gonna sink to the bottom and stick to the pan. Ask me how I know. Found that out the hard way. So into an oven, it's at 350. And we wait. I'm gonna set a like 15-minute, 20-ish minute timer. Then we can come back and add the cookie dough. While that cake is in the oven, I'm gonna show y'all my ribs. They need to come up to room temperature. Anyway, they're really nice and well seasoned. Can y'all see? I marinated them down last night. We went kind of real local, not really on purpose, but I used this Cajun garlic power. What is it? Cajun power garlic sauce. It's good to marinate meat you're about to put on the grill. We're gonna put these in the oven and finish them on the grill, but same thing. And then I use Creole mustard as like my binder. Then if you're local to Baton Rouge, I went to Red Stick Spice Co. I use their, not the turmeric, that's for me. I use their sweet pecan rub and then Big Daddy's burger blend. Big Daddy's burger blend on the ribs, smothered it. They're so well seasoned. This smells so good. But they're really ready to go. I'm not gonna take them out or anything. I sprayed a little bit of apple juice, a little bit of Modelo in here. There's butter underneath the ribs that you can't see. So they're gonna come to room temperature and go in the oven soon as the bundt cake comes out. Okay friends, our pound cake is out of the oven. Now we can get our ribs in. I dropped the oven to 295. We're gonna flip her and let her cool off. That's gorgeous. She's practically perfect. She's stuck a little bit. You can see she's got like a little bite missing. But otherwise, she's golden and beautiful. Okay, now we're gonna switch gears, you guys, and put a little bit of seasoning to our chicken. These are chicken wings. Wash them. You really wanna wash chicken wings to make sure you don't have like feathers and scum on them. So just a little bit of buttermilk and a little bit of that Cajun power sauce. I don't like to smother my wings, or when I'm frying chicken, I don't really like to smother or fully submerge my wings and stuff like that in buttermilk, because I feel like it's a little bit of a waste. Like you have to overly season the buttermilk, overly season this whole situation if your wings, your chicken are swimming in buttermilk. And then you just, you know, get rid of the buttermilk afterwards. So I don't do too much. Also have the rest of this pepperoncini juice. I always use the leftover juice from like jalapenos, pepperoncinis, whatever. Then when I'm frying chicken for like a Sunday dinner situation, it's always gonna just be Tony Chachere's. I don't know, I like that flavor. I'm not one of those Louisiana people who thinks Tony Chachere's goes on like absolutely everything. Let it marinate for the next couple of hours. Like I said, the ribs are gonna be in the oven for about 2 hours and some change before we even put them on the grill. I'm making cabbage. Cabbage cooks itself. Sweet potatoes cook themselves. I'm deciding if I want to make a deviled egg. I think I should because I have so much time. The only thing I kind of have to babysit is the macaroni and cheese. So I'm not feeling rushed at all. The ribs are good. The pound cake is good. I'm gonna get our chicken back in the oven. And maybe in about an hour, I'll get to prepping the sweet potatoes, cabbage, cut them up, clean them, all of that. But we're doing good on time. I also cleaned up while the pound cake was in the oven, so I really don't have anything to do. Like, we're really chilling. I'll call y'all back in like an hour. Okay, hi guys. I decided to go ahead and start my sweet potatoes so they can cook this last hour with the ribs. They'll steam in a low oven. And when we pull the ribs out to put them on the grill, I'll bump the oven up. I love these big, massive sweet potatoes. They remind me of my grandma. I feel like she always used to cook gigantic ones like this. This one though feels a little off. It feels hollow for some reason. I've never in my life felt that before. So we'll cut it open and see, but if the weight feels off. All right, we're going for just a little bit of a rough chop on these. They don't have to be perfect by any means. Oops. Because they're gonna cook down and get all mushy anyway, you know what I mean? And you don't have to really worry about them all being the same size. The bigger pieces will stay bigger. The smaller pieces will cook down into your sauce. You know, sweet potatoes are really easy. It's not rocket science. Getting your knife through and be the hardest part. Olive oil, little salt, cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, a little bit of water to get them going. I'm gonna mix them around and then do that all over. And they'll cook low with the ribs, and then when I'm ready to make them ooey gooey sticky, I'll add butter, the sugar, the syrup, all of that. You know what I mean? We're just getting them started. I did also decide to make a couple deviled eggs. After we had our little chat about if I should make deviled eggs, I saw somebody making them on TikTok, and I took that as my sign. And I had some older eggs in my fridge that I needed to use. It just so happened to be 6 eggs, so we'll have a dozen deviled eggs, and I think that's a reasonable amount. I keep it real simple with my deviled eggs. Mayo, diced pickled jalapenos, that's the egg yolk, and then there's mustard in there. Can you see? I'ma season it, and that's it, real simple. You don't have to go crazy with the seasoning. Because this has a ton of flavor. I'm also just gonna add some fresh cracked pepper. Stick my hand in a piping bag and then scoop it all out of the bowl into the piping bag. If this was for an occasion, I would use my hand mixer to get this smoother, fluffier, but like, who cares? It's definitely not that deep today. But everybody does love my deviled eggs. I'm on deviled egg duty for every holiday. Nobody makes the deviled eggs but me. Then of course, like anybody else, I like to do paprika. And a little bit of dill. It must have been meant for me to make them because that literally took no time at all. I don't know if y'all heard that, but that timer that just went off was the hour for our ribs. So I'm gonna go ahead and get our sweet potatoes in the oven. And they'll both do an hour together. And we're really doing good. I think I over prepped because I didn't want this to take extra long since I was filming it. Like I want to run the dishwasher, but it's not even full. That's the key. Prepping for a big meal and you'll be all good. Like if I wasn't filming this for you guys, if it was just like a regular Sunday dinner for me, I would have baked the cake yesterday. I would have made the deviled eggs yesterday. The sweet potatoes even could have been made yesterday too because they reheat so well. Once again, we've come to a stopping point. So I'm gonna go sit down. All right guys, just an update. I shredded my cheese for my macaroni. I also took the milk out because you don't want the milk to be cold, go into your cheese sauce. That might make it clump up. Same for the cheese. I went ahead and took my big old cabbage out. We're gonna go ahead and wash it up. Anything that grows out of the ground like this and kind of collects dirt on its way up needs to be washed really well. But it's a beautiful local cabbage that I got from the farmer's market. We could pop these big outer leaves off. We just need the center. Looks like a big Brussels sprout. But you can see how dirty it is already. Cut the core of the cabbage out. Get rid of it. Then this bowl, I'm gonna get into my sink, cold water. Wash it, rinse it, wash it, rinse it. Do that a few times and you're good. We're still doing amazing on time. I'm gonna set the cabbage aside till we need it. I actually just put the cutting board on top so it has a little lid, and we're chilling. The ribs have about 25 minutes before we pull them out and check on them. She just play a little too much sometimes.
Yeah, too much.
Okay, we're gonna do a chocolate frosting on the pound cake. I've been craving a buttery, warm pound cake with chocolate frosting so bad. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I really want to smother the whole cake in chocolate. That's how I really feel about it, but I'll chill. I'm also draining our pasta over here for the macaroni. Okay, I'm gonna give you a quick, like a vlog style overview of what's going on because we're in the home stretch. It's food everywhere. Let me show you. Our ribs are out of the oven, tender, ready to go on the grill. Macaroni situation. Well, this don't have nothing to do with the macaroni. Macaroni ready to go. I also have like my stuff to make my bechamel over here. These are the noodles I use, pepe rigate. And then they're over there cooling off because I didn't want them to keep cooking like they're perfect. You know what I mean? So they're spread out. They're cooling off for when we're ready to make the macaroni. I'm going to cover them with a paper towel. It literally just came out of the pot. That right there is the sausage for the cabbage. The cabbage is in there. Our sweet potatoes are in here. And the oven is still on. The sweet potatoes are about to go back in. Okay, for the sweet potatoes, I like to use this opportunity when I make sweet potatoes to get rid of all the like leftover butter chunks I have in the fridge. So I'm gonna cut up the rest of this Kerrygold butter. This is kind of a lot, but like maybe we'll just do half of this. This smells so good already. Okay, I'm gonna use half of that and then the rest of this little knob of butter I have. This is cinnamon sugar that I mixed up by mistake a couple of days ago, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this in my sweet potatoes. And to get things thick and sticky, I'm gonna add in some cornstarch. My biggest tip when I'm using cornstarch to make something sweet, I just always break it up in the sugar. That way you don't have to worry about making a slurry or having clumps. Just mix it in, whisk it real good into the sugar. It'll break up into there until you don't have any clumps of cornstarch. And that's literally all you have to do. Those clumps that are in there, those are brown sugar. It's really so simple. I'm gonna add some Steen's cane syrup. This is a Louisiana classic. Sprinkle this. And instead of water this time, I'm gonna use apple juice. Give it a mixy mix and get it into the oven. And then after it's been in the oven for a while, I'll be able to look at it and tell like what it needs any more of, but it should be good. And we're over at the stove. I made a bechamel to make our macaroni with. It's coating the back of our spoon. It's perfect, really. This is cheddar, white cheddar, and Colby Jack cheese, I think. Monterey Jack, I can't remember what exactly I blended up. But I don't think we're gonna need all of it. In the pot anyways. When the fire is off, you can just let the leftover heat melt the sauce. I mean, melt the cheese. That'll keep you from curdling and splitting, but you can see it's getting there. You know what I mean? We got one layer of macaroni and I'm gonna do some cheese sauce. the rest of your noodles. Then the rest of your cheese sauce. That's it for our macaroni right now. When it's ready to go in the oven, I'll top it with the rest of our cheese and probably breadcrumbs. I like breadcrumbs on macaroni. Hi, we're back on the other side of the kitchen. These are the ribs out of the oven. I thought I wanted to put these on the grill. I mean, I still do. It's hot. I don't want to go out there. In a perfect world, if this was the only thing I was doing today, then definitely, but just not right now. So we're just gonna put them back in the oven. This is a blueberry barbecue sauce that I made day before yesterday. I know it looks like jam and like it would be really sweet, but it's absolutely not. It's spicy, it's tangy, with just a little bit of sweetness. It's so good. I wish you guys could taste it. And I'm gonna stick it right back into the oven. Okay, our sweet potatoes are out of the oven. And I want to show y'all how thick, can y'all see? Our sauce got down there. It doesn't stay liquidy. There's no clumps of cornstarch. I'm gonna let them get a little bit softer. Just a little bit, like just a little bit, a few more minutes. Or maybe not, maybe they're good. I can actually leave them out and just keep mixing them so they break up a little bit more, but you can see they're nice and thick. No clumps of the cornstarch. Just mix your cornstarch in with your sugar whenever you're making something jammy and sweet, instead of making like a slurry. I don't know about you, I just hate making a slurry. I feel like it's such an inconvenience. Yeah, these are good to go. I'm gonna put a lid on them and they're done. The last thing we need to do is drop our chicken. I like white flour and then a little bit of potato starch when I fry chicken. And then season this, of course. I got 6 wings, so I'm gonna fry 3 at a time. While the chicken fries, we can get our macaroni in the oven. I bumped the oven up to 375. As you can imagine, I'm still in the food coma that food put me in. But thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. Make sure you subscribe before you leave if you had a good time. Also, if you like the Sunday cooking vibe, I also did a Sunday baking video. I'll put it right here. Go ahead and click it. If you're right here, you haven't seen it yet, go ahead and click it. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, guys.